Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Lake City Q&A series. Today we are so excited to have Miss Harriet Rose from the PD Coalition with us. Harriet, thank you so much for joining us today.
And you are so welcome.
So tell us a little bit about what the PD Coalition does and the alliance you have with the city.
Okay. The alliance we have with the city is that the city provides a office space free of charge for the PD Coalition. And we have been here with the city for at least, I think, 30 years. And we have been working with the city and they have been providing us space. What we consist of, PD Coalition, is to help educate the community about domestic violence and sexual assault. We do a we combine a lot of stuff with the city in support of getting the educational materials out to the community. We also provide trauma counseling. I am the trauma counselor for this area for PD Coalition. I have been with PD Coalition now for about, in December, it'll be 5 years. And we provide services. We go to court with women and men. Um, we work with families. I do family counseling. I do work with children on trauma. I also work with law enforcement. I work with the victim advocate, Melissa Singletary, here in Lake City. We work in different, the Lower Florence area. We also work in Pamplico, Johnsonville, Timmonsville, Olathe, Cowards, and Scranton. We work in all those areas along with Timmonsville. We provide the same community. We provide community action to all the towns that I just spoke of.
So you work with pretty much every city in Florence County.
Every city in Florence County.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
And so, as you said, the city and the PD Coalition have worked together for about 30 years.
About 30 years.
How does that make a difference in providing relief to each family?
It does make a lot of difference because we are able to locate resources, and what we can't provide, we will let the families know or the person know what resources, where they can go. And sometimes we are advocates, so we do, like, if just for example, if a woman comes in and she needs her husband, she and her children need a safe place to stay. We do have a safe house, undisclosed, but we do make arrangements for that family to go until the woman, that person is able to go to court to get an order of protection. And we do order protections. We do go to court with the women and men. If they need those assistance, we are here to help them with that.
So, how can people in the community help the coalition out? Let's say they're watching this video right now and they're like, hey, I could help them out in some way. How can they get involved?
Okay. We do accept, we have a volunteer program also. We are always looking for volunteers. Not necessarily, people think, well, I got to be in the office all day. No, if I volunteer. No, you don't. We have a lot of training for our volunteers to go out in the community to do not do training, but to do educational classes. We do train for that. We always looking for donations, monetary, clothing. We are also looking for anything that is substantial that will help the community. We also are trying to branch out to businesses to ask for assistance, like we may do a community education. and we would like for them, ask certain, as businesses to help us, provide refreshments for the, for the audience that we will be talking to.
Very good. And so how can people also find out more about these resources you offer?
They can call, this number is, and also let me back up. We do have a 24-hour crisis line, and you'll always speak to a live person. A lot of crisis lines is like a recording or somebody, they'll tell you they'll call you back. But we do have a crisis line that is 24 hours. You can always call us at 843-669-6494. That's our number. And if you call after 5, you can still call that number and they will transfer you to our crisis line. We also have with the Durant Center, which is our children's center. They do, and I'm sorry I don't know their number, but they do have a parent helpline that also is 24 hours, and you can talk to a live person at any time you want to. I will make sure I give you that number.
And so I think it's wonderful you have this, not only a line that's available 24/7, but there's always going to be an actual person at the other end.
That's right, at the other end.
Because that makes so much of a difference.
It does. It really does. People are always in crisis.
Mm-hmm.
They're ashamed to talk about domestic violence. They're ashamed to talk about sexual assault. But it is confidential. Anything from, if you come in, everything is confidential with us. Trauma counseling is always confidential. We do not go out and tell anybody business, but everything is confidential.
Harriet, thank you so much for joining us for a few minutes here today, talking about, and one last question before you go. Where can people find out a little bit more information? You have Facebook, website?
We have a Facebook page. You can go to Dee Coalition. We also have a website. You can go on our website. That's also Dee Coalition, and it has all the information on there. Upcoming events. Being here in Lake City, we are coming up with we're working with the city also on some upcoming events, and Dee Coalition, as we will be having some upcoming events also. And please remember, the month of October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Absolutely. We'll definitely keep that in mind. If you ever come to any of our events here in Lake City, most times you're going to see the Dee Coalition has a booth. Harriet's there with information ready to talk with you for any needs you may have. And one more time, can you tell them the number to the crisis hotline again?
It's 843-669-6494.
And then we'll have that on the bottom of the screen as well. That way you'll be able to see as well. Harriet, thank you so much for joining us.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
We'll be back in a few weeks for another edition of the Lake City Q&A series. Thank you for watching.